Well, hey, good morning, you guys. It is Tuesday, and we need to get this day started. Come on, let's go. Well, I'm up and at 'em, you guys. Already got a face on because just filmed for you guys my first impressions of this Revlon Photo Ready airbrush foundation, and I gotta tell you, my first impression was that I like it. Let's see, can you guys tell out here? Woo, it's kind of real shadowy out here. I'll have to get in some better light in a minute, but I gotta tell you, I think it looks fabulous. Like it so far, but I've got extremely oily skin, so we'll see throughout the day. But do you guys hear that thunder? Yeah, another dreary day. Let me show you. Just dreary and overcast, and it is slightly raining right now. Nothing too hard, but it was pouring earlier. Look up here on the porch. Rain even blew in up here. Yeah, but look how nice and green everything is. Yes, I told you guys we've been having some typical Florida weather again. It's been nice and rainy just about every afternoon, and that always means things green up real fast, because you guys saw it. We went through a little bit of a drought and it was awful. Brown, dead, just yuck. But everything is finally green again. Now, I've got to get off of here and quit gabbing, change my clothes, because we have another video to do. Video number 2 is done, so I'm going to try to get that edited and up for you guys, and then we got even more filming to do. That's right, the crazy life of a YouTuber. Here we are at about the 3-hour mark on this foundation. And can you tell? It's definitely looking shiny. It does not feel oily whenever I touch it, but remember, this already had a bit of a luminous glow to it when we first finished. It's not a matte foundation by any stretch of the imagination. It is supposed to be luminous, but I'm feeling like it's a little shiny. Yeah, I think I'm feeling like it's a little shiny, but it's still holding up well. As far as the coverage is concerned, I just think some of my oil is coming through, so we're just gonna keep wearing it and see what happens. Well, Transformation Tuesday is done for you guys, and now I'm working on the first impressions video for this makeup. So by the time that you guys see this vlog, you will have already seen the first impressions, so hopefully you came on over here to see how it's going to wear throughout the day. Then, not real sure. I still need to film a Worth the Buck for tomorrow, because tomorrow I need to go to town. I've got some stuff to do, and boy, am I missing the kids. I haven't been to town to do it running around in errands by myself in a really long time. It feels so weird without them here. Speaking of that, I guess I need to clarify a few things, because some of you got really outraged after the last vlog. Matter of fact, somebody even mentioned calling child services on the camp where the kids are, because I mentioned to you guys that Bub hadn't even had a chance to eat a few meals. Don't be going and calling no child services. Oh my goodness. That camp is taking very, very good care of my kids. And I guess I should explain that a little bit better. The cafeteria is open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And then about early afternoon, they have a snack shack that's open where the kids can buy snacks. And sometimes the hot dogs and hamburgers are available early afternoon, but at the very least the snacks. And then they have dinner. And then after service, about 10 o'clock, they open the snack shack back up, and they have pizza, hot dogs, hamburgers, and all kinds of stuff. So it's not that he hasn't had food available, it's that he was so busy he chose not to stop and eat. So when he told me that over the weekend, I got onto him and I said, Bub, you've got to take the time to stop and eat. You know, 10 minutes to eat a meal isn't gonna hurt. But it was his first week, first time ever interning, and he wanted to make sure he was getting all of his work done and all that good stuff. And so he chose not to eat. It wasn't that he wasn't allowed to eat or that things weren't available to him. And as a matter of fact, as an intern, the snack shack is open to them 24/7. They can go in there anytime they need to get a snack, because they are working so hard and in and out and all around the camp. So they are taking very, very, very good care of those interns. I am not dissatisfied with that at all. He had just chosen not to eat a few meals because he was so busy. But Big sister's helping me out with that this week, and she's looking after him and gonna make sure that he does stop to eat. So before all of you call child labor services or whatever, first of all, you couldn't do that anyway because they're not being paid. They haven't been hired. They're totally volunteers. So it's not like you could call to get them in trouble for that anyhow. But before you get all upset at that camp, I thought I better explain, because apparently I didn't do that very good the first time around. But nonetheless, all right, let's get back to work. All right, we are at the 5-hour mark, and it's not looking much different. A little bit is wearing off on the nose, but for the most part, the rest of it is looking okay. It's not looking any shinier than it was a couple of hours ago, but it's feeling heavier. Those of you with the oily skin will know exactly what I'm talking about, because when that oil starts coming through and it reacts with your foundation, it just feels like product is sitting there. You know what I mean? So not liking that feeling, but the actual look of it still looks pretty good after 5 hours. So we're just gonna keep on wearing it and we'll check back in. What you doing, Mr. Rose?
Posing.
You got your rump bump?
I do.
Those of you that have been watching for a while will remember that. He needs a rump bump because we're about to film another video. 2 more videos done for you guys. 2 more videos done. And yet another wardrobe change. Bub's shirt. Yes, Bub's shirt. Anyway, we've still got 1 more video to go. Let me show you what we got. This came in the mail for us to check out and review. Let's see if I can get it open. Well, I cannot, but it's shaped like this. It is actually a light that is a Bluetooth speaker, and you can touch it for the light to come on. It looks really, really cool, so I can't wait to show you guys that. But you'll have to be watching over on DeeVine DeeZine, because that's where all of those kind of videos will be. Not sure if I'll be able to get it up tomorrow or Thursday. I'm shooting for tomorrow afternoon, but we'll just have to see, play it by ear and see how that goes. But at any rate, let's go see if the Hubs is having any success with those cufflinks. Putting on the new tie from Harrison Blake. You didn't really like it at first, but you're going to give it a shot, huh?
Yeah, I think so.
Expanding your repertoire?
Maybe.
These are the little cufflinks, you guys. Never seen cufflinks like these before. Spent about 7.5 hours on the foundation, you guys. Can you tell? I have repowdered once because you guys saw earlier it was getting a little shiny and we had videos to do, so had to take care of that shine, but you can tell some of the shine is back. Now some of this kind of looks like shine, but it's not, because remember, this is a luminous foundation, so it's not going to look matte. It is going to have a bit of a glow to it, which I actually like, because it does make the skin look a little more healthy than being so dried out with a matte foundation. But it's holding up pretty well. It is settling into my fine lines up here and some of the lines under my eyes, but you guys know all my foundations do that. If you've been watching my channel for any length of time, every foundation I ever wear, yeah, that happens. So I don't really think that's a fault of this foundation, but the coverage is still good. It has worn off just a little bit around my nose, but of course, every once in a while, you'll catch yourself kind of messing with your nose a little bit there. But overall, it's still looking pretty good. So I'm going to check back in just a little bit. In the meantime, I'm ready to change clothes for the final time and get my PJs on and get ready to get comfy. It's been a long day. Well, here we are, almost midnight. And what do you think? It is still holding up pretty doggone well. I got done today around 1:20, 1:30-ish is whenever I actually got done with the whole look. So it has been 10 hours. Yeah, I think it's held up pretty well considering how oily I am. Again, right now it's feeling a little oily, you know, that feeling that you feel whenever it starts to get oily, but that's to be expected with oily skin. But yeah, I think it's done very well, you guys, very well. So if it's still on Holler and you can pick it up for $3 and they have your color, I think it's probably worth the try. It just depends. Everybody's different though. You may get it in and it may not work with your chemistry at all. But for me, I'm pretty pleased with it. Yes, I am. And I'm also pleased because the Gators just won the College World Series. Go Gators! Yes, so it has been a good night. A good night. And on that note, I'm going to say good night. I want to remind you guys that it is a DeeVine life, so get out there and live it with purpose. And I'll see you all again tomorrow.